Assalamu alaikum and welcome. You're watching Real English News along with your host Sharif Akram Yaman. Let's have a look on today's top headlines. KCR in Assembly, Andhra Pradesh withholding Telangana states its share of power. Sena to sit in open in BJP takes NCP's support. Suresh Prabhu cabinet minister switches from Shiv Sena to BJP. 5 of a family die in Delhi factory fire. Harish Rao spits fire on Revant Reddy in Assembly. Harshvardhan shocker, Modi's decision to replace him with Nanda sparks speculation. Telangana Chief Minister, that is KCR, said today in the Assembly that Andhra Pradesh is not going to leave Telangana state its rightful share of power. He said that 190 megawatt of electricity is stopped by Andhra Pradesh from Krishnapantam, and 390 megawatts of power out of 725 megawatts is dropped from Silara project, and 261 megawatts of power to be transmitted from Hinduja power plant within 2 to 3 months is being halted by Andhra Pradesh. He also said that the TRS government had approved the center and appeared to its ensure for Telangana and its legitimate share of power as per the Andhra Pradesh Reorganization Act, that is 2014. Let's have a look on this report.
ఎందుకు అధ్యక్షులకు పౌరుషం పడుచుకొస్తా ఉంది? ఏం కారణం అండి? వాస్తవాలను సిద్ధంగా లేరా? ఈ ఫ్యాక్ట్స్ కావానండి? ఈ వాస్తవాలు కావండి మీ?
Telugu's minister, that is Harish Rao, criticized the opposition parties in the assembly today and said that while Telangana is feeling under power crisis, TDP and other parties are talking in favor of a neighbouring state. He said that in a Kargil war, when India fought Pakistan, people of all states opposed Pakistan without any bias. He also reminded that in the recent Jayalalitha case, everyone in the film fraternity backed her. But for the rightful share of power from AP, all the parties are not coming together. He added. Let's have a look on this report.
ఆ రోజు కిరణ్ కుమార్ రెడ్డి గారు ఇదే శాసనసభలో నేను అక్కడ నుండి ప్రశ్నించినాడు, ఒక్క రూపాయి కూడా ఇయ్య అంటే ఆ రోజు కూడా మాట్లాడినటువంటి పరిస్థితి లేదు అధ్యక్ష. మీరు ఇక్కడ సొమ్ము తింటూ పక్కింటోని పాట పాడితే బాగుండదు. ప్రజలు చూస్తా ఉన్నారు, ప్రజలు గమనిస్తా ఉన్నారు. దయచేసి తిన్నింటి వాసాలు లెక్క పెట్టేటువంటి ప్రయత్నం చేయకండి. మా విధానాల్లో లోపం ఉంటే ఎత్తి చూపండి.
They are still going back and forth. That is 21 days after the results of Maharashtra Assembly elections. For now, the Shiv Sena and the BJP have yet to strike a dead-on sharing power in the state and the center. The 25-year-old relationship appeared to be in its last leg. On Sunday, the Sena boycotted the expansion of Narendra Modi cabinet at the center and said it will prefer to sit in the opposition in Maharashtra if the BJP decide to seek the NCP's support to win the trust vote on November 12. The BJP, for its part, is no more to concede an inch to the Sena. BJP has 121 seats in the 288-member House. It needs just 24 more for a majority. Ideally, it should have the support of the Sena with 63 seats, but the NCP has already declared its support from outside. This means that NCP could either abstain from the trust vote or vote by the already declared its support. Talks between the two are stuck because the Sena wants 12 ministerial bath along with the deputy chief ministership or home department. It also wants a department related to urban that is issues. The BJP wants to Sena to the first vote in its favor during the trust vote. The possibility of first voting in their favor is out of question. After the experience of the past few votes, we cannot believe them. Uddhav added in this meeting with the legislator, Uddhav is reported to have told his MLAs to sit in the opposition, and even he got an approval letter signed from all 63 from the same. Uddhav ji told us we sit in the opposition. We all signed a letter that will be given to the speaker once the final decision is made. The reason for leaving the two window periods in the instance of senior party leaders who feel that they should allow the BJP to take the last call. terminating his just concluded state visit to Bhutan on very successful and as most memorable. Vice President Pranab Mukherjee today hoped that bilateral relationship between the two countries would continue to grow from the strength to strength. On Sunday morning, Mr. Prabhu resigned from the Shiv Sena and rejoined the BJP. Ahead of the switch, Sena leader Uddhav Thackeray had reportedly made it very clear that if Mr. Prabhu were to find a spot in the cabinet, his party would not consider it a part of the quota. It is entitled to as a member of the Prime Minister coalition government. 61-year-old from Maharashtra has been given a series of major posts by the union government. He also made head of an important advisory committee that focuses on the power and the coal for next week's, that is G20 summit in Australia. He was appointed the PM's Sherpa, which means he represents Mr. Modi's in preparation for and talk ahead of the summit. Last year, when Mr. Modi was still Chief Minister of Gujarat, the What on Business School controversially of students and professors had protested against Mr. Modi's scheduled speech linking the politician to human rights violation in Gujarat riots in 2020, that is 2002. In a show of support, Mr. Prabhu pulled out the event. Suresh Prabhu has been made a cabinet minister, a move that has fueled and tension between the Shiv Sena and the BJP. Former allies who have been awkward trying to reunite, that is Mr. Prabhu has taken over as a railway minister. One of the biggest surprises of the cabinet expansion and the restful has been the outside of Harsh Vardhan from his prominent health ministry portfolio. He also said that Prime Minister Narendra Modi's decision to shift him to the science and technology, replacing him with the senior BJP leader, that is JP Nanda, has raised eyebrows across. The fact that Vardhan's replacement is Nanda, whose name cropped in her perhaps the health ministry, forced corruption. Whereas the controversies to has also raised a question over Prime Minister Narendra Modi's Anti-Corruption Act, according to the official reports. The fact that Vardhan replacement is Nanda, whose name cropped up in perhaps the health ministry, forced the corruption controversies, has also raised question over Prime Minister Modi's, that is anti-corruption stance. Furthermore, Nanda is seen as a member of the most powerful Troika along with Modi and BJP chief, that is Amit Shah. He is known to be a part of all major decision-making processes in the party. Is likely to be the bridge between the party and the government. Nanda also enjoys support from the RSS and has a good equation with all prominent leaders of BJP. As health minister, Vardhan had taken tough step against the massive tobacco industry in the country, increasing taxes in the hope that the consumption would reduce, which obviously has not gone down too well with all industrialists and tobacco lobbyists. Moreover, as the reports in Gujarat, the home state of Prime Minister Narendra Modi, cost and declining demand, state-wise Andhra Pradesh, Gujarat, Karnataka together have 85% of country's tobacco growing areas. Another reason for his shift to the comparatively less significant ministry could be the upcoming Delhi Assembly election, where the BJP is hopeful of winning a majority in the 70-member House, with Vardhan as the chief minister candidate in the December 2013 election. The BJP emerged as the single largest party with 31 seats but did not manage to form government. In this May this year, 3 MLAs resigned and successfully contested to the Lok Sabha polls, reducing to the number 8 and number 28. While President Pranab Mukherjee dissolved the assembly earlier this month, the Election Commission is yet to announce the poll schedule for the state. An election, however, are likely to be conducted as early February next year. Fire in Delhi, where 4 children were among 5 people of family who died due to a suffocation as a fire broke out in a small paper plate making units on Monday morning. The fire broke out around 3:14 a.m. at the factory location in Begumpura in West Delhi. 8 fire tenders were rushed to the spot and firefighters managed to douse the flames by 6 a.m., said a fire brigade official report. 5 people died due to the suffocation. A fire broke out in a factory that made paper plates, said a fire official. The officials were yet to confirm what caused the fire. Shravan Kumar 17, Nirjara 5, Nilesh 11, Nitin 26 and Shivam 15 died in fire on the spot. All the victims belonged to Bihar. At the time of the incident, they were sleeping in the two-room factory. Deputy Commissioner of Police, that is Vikramjit Singh, told the reporters. Singh said the factory was run by a Pintu Shah whose son Nirjana died in the incident. The other victims are relatives of Shah, said the official. At the time of the incident, Pintu was rented accommodation situated a few meters away from his factory, according to the report. Let's have a look on today's top stories with respect to sports news. Hulkenberg gets 4 points, force India to finish 6th. That is, Sahara Force India are set to finish 6th this year in the team championship after Nico Hulkenberg ended the Brazilian Grand Prix in 8th position, while Sergio Perez could not enter the points bracket. CTL will help promote tennis in India, says Jelena Jankovic, for a country like India that is deprived of top-class tennis action due to lack of top-tier tournament. Organization of the Champion Tennis League, that is CTL, will be granted and great for the sport, says former world number 1, that is Jelena Jankovic. Danish Kanira urged ICC to study his case. Pakistani test leg spinner, that is Danish Kanira, who is serving a life ban for spot fixing, has sought ICC's help, urging the international body to investigate the action of ECB, PCB and former Essex players, that is Marwan Westfield, in his top. Whereas the top draw David Twirler pulls out of Champion Tennis League, the yet take-off Champions Tennis League, that is CTL, suffered a major setback on Monday when world number 10 David Ferrer pulled out of the event owing to health issues. Let's have a look on today's stock market. Sensex for today stands at 27,874.73, whereas Nifty for today stands with 8,344.25. Let's have an update of gold and silver rates as per Malabar Golds. According to Malabar Gold, today's gold rates, that is Monday, 10th of November, are as follows. For 22 carats of gold for 10 grams, it's rupees 24,990. Whereas for 24 carats of gold for 10 grams, it's rupees 26,430. Silver rates for 10 grams for today is 370. Let's have a look on today's weather forecast of 6 regions of Telangana state. Hyderabad minimum temperature 17 degrees Celsius and maximum 29 degrees Celsius. Karimnagar minimum temperature 23 degrees Celsius and maximum 32 degrees Celsius. Mehboob-Nagar minimum temperature 21 degrees Celsius and maximum 31 degrees Celsius. Nizamabad minimum temperature 22 degrees Celsius and maximum 33 degrees Celsius. Medak minimum temperature 17 degrees Celsius and maximum 29 degrees Celsius. Whereas today's minimum temperature of Khammam district stand with 23 degrees Celsius and maximum 27 degrees Celsius. Headlines once again. KCR in Assembly, Andhra Pradesh withholding Telangana states its share of power. Sena to sit in open in BJP takes NCP support. Suresh Prabhu cabinet minister switches from Shiv Sena to BJP. 5 of a family die in Delhi factory fire. Harish Rao spits fire on Revant Reddy in Assembly. Harshvardhan shocker, Modi's decision to replace him with Nanda sparks speculation. That's all in the newscast for today. Keep watching Real English News. This is your host Sharif Ikram Yamani. Sign off for the day. Till then, take care. Allah Hafiz.